Hear ye, and welcome to the Royal Geek Podcast. I am your host tonight, Justin Sandoval, aka Sandy, and we are joined by Trevor McGee. What's going on, Trevor?
Hey, yo, what's up, guys?
Yes, and we are also joined by our third host tonight, which is JD Weems. What's going on, JD?
What's going on? Nice to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad that you are actually able to make it this time. Trevor and I, for the anime edition, we went just the two of us because you got drawn into work.
It happens.
It happens sometimes. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, man, I'm glad to have you here. And we talked about just anime and like what it meant to us last episode. So I just be interested to hear, and I'm sure our listeners will be interested to hear just what made you get into anime and like what does it mean for you?
Anime. Let's see. Middle school. It's probably one of the times where I actually got into it. You know, staying up late, Toonami coming on late at night. One of my good friends, Lorenzo, actually put me on to a lot of the anime, so I had to give him credit to basically my origin, you know. So he's pretty much where it started. It means a lot, though. It's one of those things that I hold to me, and it's a big part of my life. I try and spread it to other people, recommendations, all that good type of stuff.
Yeah, man, good. I mean, you've got me on a lot of different stuff too.
For
I know,
sure.
I'm sure I've shared some with you. So, yeah, JD and I go way back, and it really all started from our love for anime. And then as soon as I found out Trevor was on, Trevor and I go way back, but didn't start with anime. But as soon as I figured out that this guy liked anime, it was kind of like one of those jaw-dropping, like eye-opening, like
Yeah, we kept it close to the vest.
what
early
did
on.
we miss out on? Like that
Justin's like, I love football. I'm like, yeah, me too. Big football guys.
The other thing, I wear many hats, so like I can really get along with almost everybody. Like, I mean, I like football, I like sports, I like anime, I like, and trust me, I like everything.
Macrame.
No, I don't know about that, but we'll see. But anyway, so tonight we have a fun episode tonight. We're about to drop some recommendations in a little bit, but we're gonna be doing a tier list, and I know our listeners out there have seen tier lists before in the past. We're gonna do is this version of the tier list is we're going to rank main characters of shonens. Okay. And so any shonen MC that us as a collective have deemed on this list of 23 people, we are going to rank them in tier lists. So top tier list would be S tier is obviously like the highest list of all, right? A, B, C, and then we might just throw like Fs, like just skip D and just go straight to F down there. But yes, so but before we do that, it's October. And the fall season has started, and this could potentially be one of the greatest seasons ever in anime.
About to get a lot of heat.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It started off this weekend with My Hero Academia Season 6, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I mean, you haven't watched it yet, right, JD?
I haven't started it yet.
Yeah, okay. We won't do too many
I
spoilers.
read the manga, though. So.
Yeah.
Guy.
Listen,
My guy.
we are all reading the manga right now, but what we said last week is we're going to leave manga off of this podcast so we can stick with just the anime base, okay?
Gotcha.
But I will say, the end of this last episode was pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. I'm looking forward to next week.
And they're keeping it tight. Like the episode felt succinct, and I'm like, that means hopefully we're going to cover. Well, they have to. Like if you know the manga,
Right.
there is so much content.
Yeah, there's
they
a
have
lot.
to cover.
They have to hit it in every cylinder. They really do. So that's one of the things I've been watching right now in the fall, and obviously Spy Family, the second part of the season. Gosh, man, it is. This last episode it just added another wrinkle into the weird dynamic of the family.
You're hitting all my recs right now, just so you know.
It's
but
so
carry
everywhere.
on.
So good.
Well, before I list any more, I steal all of Trevor's. What do you got, Trevor?
No,
What
I
are you
mean
watching?
that's. I was gonna say like I would be doing my inner child a disservice if I didn't say My Hero.
Right. Yeah.
And I promise, like if you're listening and you're anime only person, I would recommend spending $2 a month for the Viz subscription and just go ahead and get ahead in the manga because it is. Like I said, I've said this before on the last podcast. My Hero catches some flack sometimes. I stand it, but it's about to pop all the way off. Get in now, like don't miss out. It is about to pop off. And then I think Spy Family will be the other one that's just it's so good right now.
It really is. Yeah.
One of the biggest things I think I've been watching recently, Spy Family, of course, it's everywhere. It's literally a roller coaster. But One Piece, a lot of people don't too much spend a lot of time watching One Piece, but it's getting to the point now where the creator was like, all right, now we can actually start. Like all of this was like prequel. Now we're actually starting the adventure. It's crazy.
It's horrifying.
Yeah,
It's
so
scary.
scary.
to think about.
How
Yeah.
long can it actually go?
I know, man. I'm creeping closer and closer to catching up, but
Really?
I'm 820, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see. We'll see. We're getting there. We're climbing. I'm excited about that. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I know I'm looking forward to a lot of things coming out. Two of ones that I'm obviously looking forward to are Blue Lock. I don't know if you guys. It's a soccer anime. It's gonna be. The visuals look stunning in the previews for it, and it looks like it has a little bit of like a sci-fi feature as well. It looked very interesting. It was I know. I could be wrong, but that's what I gathered from the trailer. And then the other one is obviously Chainsaw Man, which I think everybody is talking
Also
about.
gonna pop off.
Yeah.
That one's gonna
Oh,
pop
every-
off.
Everybody is talking about Chainsaw Man.
There's a sleeper too, though.
What's that?
Bleach. The
Oh
Blue
yeah,
Arc.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
that
coming
was
back.
Good.
It's gonna be weird though, like booting up Disney Plus to watch that though. Like I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm obviously gonna do it, but I'm excited to see how that one turns out. I mean, they obviously it's not Disney Studios animating it, right? Like they bought the whatever anime production studio or something like
I
that.
think they just bought the rights to
The
it.
I
rights
hope
to
it.
it,
I
the
hope
rights
it
to
has
Eric.
Pixar's animation. That's what I'm rooting for.
No blood.
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
It
no,
looks like
no,
the
no,
movie
no.
Up, but with Bleach characters. That'd be
Oh
great.
no, that's so bad. Oh man, but yeah. So those are just a few recommendations. Anyone else have anyone they're just dying to say, or before we really get into the meat of our content?
I was eating good Saturday with
You-
my hero. That's all I got to
Yeah,
say. I was
yeah.
I
eating
think
good.
so. I think that's pretty good.
Okay. There's gonna be at least something every day of the week. By the way, like I think like My Hero Saturday, along with Spy Family, but then like Tuesdays Chainsaw Man, Bleach is gonna be Wednesdays, I believe, and there's something on Thursdays. I forgot, but there is gonna be like almost every day of the week. There's gonna be something. So
Yeah, I'm turning in my
buckle
2
up.
weeks notice so that I can be prepped for the podcast. I can no longer work to keep up with the content.
Keep up, yeah, no. Trust me, dude. Trust me. You're not even on the main feed for Royal Geek, man. We got a whole bunch going on there with. We're gonna be doing the House of the Dragon finale in a couple weeks, but we're doing week by week She-Hulk. We're doing Rings of Power breakdown on the main pod. So if you guys are interested in that, and obviously Andor Star Wars story, we're also doing that as well. So. That shameful plug right there for the rest of the Royal Geek podcast. So there you go. All right. So all that being said, we are going to dive into a tier list here. So here are some of the stipulations in the rules. Okay. So we went ahead and capped how many people can be in each tier. Okay. We went ahead and said there can only be 4 S tier main characters, right? And then we can have 6A, 6B, and we said 6C, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And I guess we're just gonna leave it at that. I mean, there's maybe one. We'll do 1 F. Okay. We got to have 1 in the F tier. All right.
Just trash.
Yes.
Someone's going home mad tonight. That's all I have to say about
And,
this.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll see. Okay. I don't know. I'm already home, so
Oh man.
one of you guys is gonna be going home at.
For the listeners, yeah, this is the Sando Mansion.
the sand. Yes,
By
it
the
is.
time I
man.
get home, I'll calm down. That's fine.
That's
Yeah, my
true.
man, yeah,
This dude's got a
traveling.
trek. He's got a trek to go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I feel like we need to go ahead and just start with one of the main MCs of all MCs in Shonen. And okay, I feel like I should. I mean, Shonen. Do we need to go ahead and for all the listeners out there who don't know? I mean, I feel like everybody should know what Shonen's about.
If you searched up a podcast about anime and you don't know,
yeah, that's right.
welcome.
Welcome. Yeah, exactly. It's primarily directed towards a young male audience, so it's like kind of like teenager stuff. Like is what it's geared towards. However, the action is top tier.
It's
so,
a Teen
yeah.
Wolf for guys.
Essentially, yeah, exactly. So you anyway, that's what it is. It's geared towards young males, and it typically has a lot of action-filled plots. That's basically Shonen. Okay, so anyway, I just want to get that out of the way. But I want to go ahead and start with one of the main of all mains that has kind of broken down walls into the mainstream world, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start this off with Goku. Where are we ranking him in this tier list?
For all of you Dragon Ball Z fans, I'm sorry. He would go and see.
Wow.
Okay.
That's strong. Out
Wow.
of the gate. Okay.
You are coming in already making false accusations, I think.
No, yeah, that was disrespectful.
I feel like that was very disrespectful.
I slid over 3 feet from the table.
Now, now listen. All right. C is a little low. All right. Okay. I think he is not an S tier. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right off the bat. Okay. He's not an S tier. He's an A tier.
Did he hurt you? Did he do something to your family? Like, what happened? What's the backstory?
He's
Okay.
destroyed my entire
Okay.
career.
Yeah. Were you on one of the planets that like blew up or something?
I was.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was.
Okay. I'm just checking.
So I mean, I think that he's a quality main character as far as power levels go. Like he's always in the fight, and that's coming from a Vegeta fan. Like I'm a Vegeta guy. All right, you're either Team Vegeta, Team Goku. I'm Team Vegeta, and I'm still saying he's an A.
I feel like he started like the repetitive nature of shonen. Like he's the problem.
he's the problem. He's the problem.
Did we forget about Dragon Ball Evolution too?
Okay,
that's not his
hold
fault.
on a
That's
second.
not his fault.
We talked about this last
We
time.
did.
We are not bringing that up 2 podcasts in a row. Now you rebuke yourself right here, right now.
But seriously, it's really repetitive. Like
Mhm.
he fights the villain, he transforms.
Okay.
They have downtime. He fights the villain, he transforms. He has downtime. It's
Hey, guess-
so repetitive.
guess
I'll
what?
I'll take up the sword and shield real quick.
Okay.
I'm prepared for this a little bit. So first off, I think also I would love to hear who got left off the list that you think should be on.
Okay.
And I'll just toss out a name real quick, and then I guess we can circle back on that. But 2 new to be on the list. I have 2 names. If we do this next year, Anya Forger will be on the list. We talk about Spy Family. She's going to make the list.
She will.
And then second, Thorfinn
Oh yeah.
from Vinland Saga will be on the list, I feel like, when it's all said and done. But going back to Goku,
Yes.
I'm going to say I'll say A at minimum. I could make an argument for S. Now, everything that you said about Goku is correct. It is repetitive. I like Dragon Ball. It is repetitive. He does it. Even I am like, man, come on, bro. Like, either like take the L and let Vegeta win. Like, do something different. The reason why I would say there's an argument for S is because of the breaking down the walls piece of what he's meant to the genre. I feel like while the story lacks, we talked about this last time.
Right.
There's an Avengers nature kind of quality to Dragon Ball Z where it's not. I'm not watching that for the story, anyways. Like, I'm watching that to see explosions and someone shoot beams out of their hands. But
Yeah.
I think that, and we said this last time, if you get your own float in the Macy's Day Thanksgiving
Thank
Parade,
you. Yes.
you have to. I feel like you're higher than C because of what you mean to. Without Goku, most of this list does not exist for us, anyways. It might be in Japan, but I don't know that we're watching Bleach or anything else without Goku. So, anyways, I'm fine with A.
Yeah. Here in America, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's not making it over here. Like, he did a lot for that. But every criticism that you have is valid.
It
I just
is.
want to.
Yes. We're not going to like demean that or anything, but like I really truly think that if it wasn't for Goku and the Dragon Ball Z series, that us in America wouldn't have latched on like we did.
Because that tsunami block, boy.
It was big. I will say that.
Yeah.
All right. So how about this? We put him at the low end of A tier.
I'll
Yeah,
concede.
I'll accept that. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll accept
All
that. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do. He's gonna be low A. All right. So that means that other people can go ahead of him, and if we want to argue him out of A to fit somebody else in, we can do that. Okay. All right. So moving on. Should I just go down from this list? Yeah, I'll just go down. All right. Why not? All right. So our main guy from Hunter x Hunter. All right. Gon.
Oh
right?
boy.
Yes.
The 10-year-old.
10-year-old
himself.
10-year-old legend, okay, from Hunter x Hunter, whose form, his power of form looks incredible, by the way.
For sure.
Boy, jacked.
Yes, jacked beyond belief for a 10-year-old. However, I'm going to go ahead and say he's a B.
I would 100% agree.
I
Okay.
also agree.
Wow.
That was
okay.
quick.
Well,
I have
show's
him on-
over.
Yeah, I have him on my list as B. Like, I have
Okay.
it.
All right. Well, I mean, main reason. What's your guys' main reason for B?
It's nothing against him. You know, he's young.
Yeah,
he's a good protagonist. I would prefer Killua. I feel like the Zoldyck family, if I would have gotten that side of the story versus
Ooh, yeah.
Gon's side of the story and how he grew up on the island, I would have enjoyed Hunter x Hunter a lot more from that perspective. But Gon has a really good personality. Like, it's pretty different. He's very adventurous and bubbly, and then, spoiler warnings if you haven't seen it, towards the end, he just goes nuts, and it shows a whole different side of him. So I feel like B is fair.
Yeah.
He hasn't really developed too much for us to see anything further, so.
And I mean, that could change with the new arc being coming
That's
out.
right, I forgot.
So we could see how he ends up being developed. But yes, I do think his age does kind of play a factor into that. He may be the youngest person on this list, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and tied,
I think.
Yeah, and I think is a little bit of the Goku stuff too. Also, like he just kind of is doing stuff. It feels, I don't know. I like him. I don't dislike him. It's just he just doesn't like pop on the, and he doesn't also have like, so I say Goku's an S or an A at least, one of the two. Like,
right. Yeah.
There's a legacy aspect of that. And I'll argue that with a couple other characters as well. Like, depending on your criteria for a tier list, like he doesn't fit that. He's in that weird kind of like teenage phase of anime that came out where it wasn't a big enough deal. It wasn't a small enough deal for him to make a name for himself the way Goku did. It wasn't a big enough deal for like a Deku or somebody to be a big deal everywhere. So that's where I'm at with that.
The issue that, comes to my head is, a lot of people don't know there was a 99 version of Hunter x Hunter, and it took them getting the 2011 version for people to, actually recognize
to buy in. Yeah,
that was the problem, in my opinion. It could have been so good if they would have just kept going, but nobody paid attention to it back then.
And Killua, by the way, we actually should do a tier list for secondary characters
for sure.
because
that'll happen. Trust me.
He's elite secondary character.
Oh yeah. He is. He'll go head to head with Vegeta, in my opinion. Like,
oh, for sure. No, he's
it's pretty great. He's pretty great. All right, so surprisingly, we were unanimous on that one. I wonder how many of these we are going to be unanimous on. So,
interesting.
All right, so the next one, one of the newer ones, okay. There are people out there. I'm not saying I'm one of them. I'm just saying people out there are saying that this is one of the new big three. I'm not 100% sure if I agree with that yet. All right. However, Black Clover, Asta, is, especially after the time jump, is absolutely a force, man.
So I want to take issue with the new big three because at this point in the
here we go.
Here we go. At this point in the run, I would say that now they would be the old big three because it's been out for a while now. Like a new big three, like I would think of like Yuji, Tanjiro, Denji as possible people for a new, because I keep seeing that on Instagram, like all the anime feeds, like the new big threes, like Deku, Asta. I'm like, they've been around for like 6 years now.
Yeah, it's been
like,
a minute.
Like it's not quite. So, anyways, I just take issue there. But carrying on, Asta, where you guys got him?
Ooh, for me, I'm gonna say B as well.
I would agree on B.
I also have him in B.
Wow. Okay,
let's go.
One of those things that I talked about, with you, Justin, that Black Clover fell off for me. I don't know what happened, but the first season I thought was amazing. Like
incredible.
Leading up into it, and then it fell off for a while until it got to the Clover Kingdom arc. But other than that, it just lost interest for me.
Listen, you need to give it a little bit more time though, because when we got to the Clover, like the Clover Kingdom, right? Like the fight scenes got way more intense.
I heard
Yami got like completely insane. Like it was wild to see him in all the action that he did. And like it was honestly, it was like Yami and Asta like going ham on everybody. Yeah, like it was.
And
insane.
I'm like halfway through, and so we just finished the elves.
Okay.
That part, and so yeah, it's like it's really good, but I just feel
that was the start of the Yami Asta pairing. Like it was
And like it's really good. I've said this before, my wife's one of her favorites. I just think that...
Is she caught up? She passed you?
No,
we're together?
Yeah,
you're keeping her behind?
I can't... Actually, she's why I haven't finished it, probably.
Oh
yeah.
Okay. She's
like,
busy.
I actually started it last night, and she's like, I want to go to bed. I'm like...
Oh, boo.
I'm doing a podcast. I have to start making progress. But Asta...
Dedication.
Yeah, Asta, Gon, both to me in the same tier of being super solid. I can't really find a complaint. But other guys do some of that better.
I do think Asta is higher than Gon, and this is why.
I agree.
I think it's because Gon, he's a 10. He's always 10. He always has those younger traits. Asta starts off young, and he actually progresses. Like he
towards a goal.
Like, yeah, he has a goal he's trying to reach. He's the first couple episodes, all he does is scream all the time. He whines and screams all the time. And I didn't know if I was going to make it through. But then he reaches this maturity to where he realizes what his goals are and where he wants to be. And you see him fight towards that. And you literally, like, his story is truly incredible. Like, in a world full of magic, right? This dude has none. Yeah. And then it eventually comes out that, like, he has anti-magic, and therefore he is fighting as an opposite to the entire world around him. And it's literally like him versus the world. Like, how can you not? That storyline it's incredible to watch him play that role. And that's why I say he's a higher B. If the new Black Clover comes out and he continues to progress, I can see him reaching S tier.
Possibly. He also has, like I said this in the last podcast, a good friend of mine, he said that all anime is the same. It's just the power system that changes, which is not accurate, but it's not inaccurate either. And so I love things like Black Clover that subvert it a little bit, where they give a guy no magic and then anti-magic. So like it's a subversion of what you would normally expect within the parameters of normalcy. So I don't know about S tier, because I think some of the, again, like, what is an S tier? He's gonna have to really make a big leap. But I'm really comfortable in B.
Okay.
Love Asta.
I can agree.
Yes. All right. Wow. We agreed 2 times in a row. I wonder.
It's boring.
Where this next one will lie.
We start off the
because
gate hard, though.
I know we did. I think this next one's going to be very telling. Trust me, we'll have some debate here. So anyway, we have our boy Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy, coming in here from One Piece. And I'm not going to start this one off. I want to go ahead and throw this to JD because he's the One Piece boy.
I want to go first.
Oh,
because
you
I
go
haven't
for it.
because I haven't watched it. Because I haven't watched it.
Okay.
So
this is good perspective.
Exactly. So when I was looking through this, I kind of pre-made my own personal tier, and I wanted to really operate in a way that was fair, because I haven't seen all the anime on the list. Right. And so I took into consideration, like, all right, what makes an S tier? So power is one thing, well written to the point of Goku, but then also like iconic, right? Which is why I argued for Goku. And so I actually am putting Luffy S tier for me. And I haven't seen it, but because I think the dude is he's one of those guys that's ubiquitous with anime. And now are we in a fist fight? He's probably going to get jacked up real fast against some of these other dudes. No. But maybe. Like, I don't know if he can blow up planets yet. But which would be a great podcast for later, by the way. If we want to get real heated, like, that's the one that's gonna get everybody heated.
Who blows up a planet?
Like, who can beat up who in a fist fight? Do a round robin thing. But anyways, I'm saying S, but I am completely ignorant, so I will settle wherever you guys settle.
So one thing I will say, I'm not a big Luffy fan.
Whoa. I didn't expect that.
I'm a Sanji fan from One Piece.
He is dope.
Luffy's writing, for a lot of people that don't watch One Piece, is actually really bad. Like,
oh no,
he's one of those main characters that just goes and punches everything. He's not really detailed. His story is, he's a pirate that wants to find the One Piece. It's
people gonna be at your house.
It's not more than that. On that note, though, I would still put him low A. He's still a really viable character. He's been around so long. He's one of those, well-respected characters. And even now, the One Piece episodes they have going on now, he's leveling up every single time I see him.
His gear transformations are, like, they're incredible. Like,
it's getting nuts.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, his writing isn't the best. He's not one of the best main characters. From the list of ones what we have, I don't think he competes with some of them.
Okay. All right. Well, you're saying low A.
I do.
Trevor's saying a S tier.
I'm saying AS. I mean, again, for me, like, I'm very confident with whatever you guys settle on. I'm just letting you guys know, as an outsider, he's one of those dudes that, like, he's on the cover of whatever you're putting out about anime.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, true. Fair.
That counts for something.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to say a high B is what I'm going to say. And honestly, I want to piggyback off what you said, JD, with that he literally is just the one that punches everything, right? Like, he does not have I mean, trust me, Goku does that too. But like Goku kind of like talks it out before he.
Well,
beforehand.
the end of Dragon Ball Z, and they kind of did him dirty in Super. And I'm sorry, but I feel strongly about this. The dude was on it at the end of Dragon. In the Buu Saga,
was.
Yeah.
he was
trust me. Yeah.
ONIT. Like
Yes,
he
yes,
had
yes.
stuff figured out. Like he was a very, very smart dude. It's Super's fun, but they did him a little dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Gohan too, my guy.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about what they did to Gohan,
That's
but
my
yeah.
guy. Sorry.
So yeah, I'm gonna say a high B, but if we're doing low A, SA, high B, where are we settling at?
I would say low A. And the only reason
Yeah.
I would say, I did say he punches everything, which is true, but you also have to remember, I feel like he has the best morals out of anybody on this list.
Okay, yeah, he's
Like,
yeah.
legitimately.
Luffy?
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
contest. I feel like he has the best morals out of anybody.
Well, there might be one person there might be one person on there who has been around since like forever.
I feel good about a newer guy in that.
Oh,
that
Okay,
too, yeah.
well, we'll
Okay.
see.
Yeah. But no, you're right though. He is up there. I agree with that statement. That's okay. We will keep him in A, and we won't designate a
Spot for me.
yeah. He'll be middle A for right now. He can shift up or down.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. So after Luffy, let's go ahead and let's run it back. Let's kick it back to the 90s. All right. Let's get some OG shonens. All right. So,
So let's talk about this, all right? I'm going to go ahead and start this. I hate this anime.
oh my
A lot of people are going to be on me. I absolutely cannot stand it. So
Hey,
it's Inuyasha.
share your address, man. Put it out there, please.
You're gonna just pull Tony Stark, throw your address
Yeah,
out there.
or drop your Insta, like do something so that people can actually deal with this
man.
to you and not the rest of us.
Right. Drop the mic
Don't
and walk
worry.
away.
You'll see he'll be tagged on his Insta.
There's
Right.
a
We'll
35-year-old.
We'll let you know.
There's
Yeah.
a 35-year-old furry that's coming for him, like right now.
I don't think it's good.
Okay. Let him know. What is it?
I guess for a main character, he is pretty good, but
Let him know.
I feel like Inuyasha
Okay.
back then it was overrated. You have a lot of other animes that you compare it to that were
Okay.
out in that generation. Gundam, you got Dragon Ball that was coming on,
Right.
Naruto that was
Yep.
coming on. If I had to choose anything over it, I would choose everything over it. Like, I don't know what it is. It's something I could never get into.
You drove all this way to speak boldly, my friend. I'm proud of you.
Listen, okay. Inuyasha was a part of that Toonami block and that Adult Swim block, and we had some special times, Inuyasha and I, late nights watching the show.
Did you ever put on a fursuit?
Never,
Okay.
no, never did that. No,
Not even to tell, huh?
No, not even that. No, but I will say, like, Inuyasha. Okay, visually, like, I feel like the animation was very good. Okay, and especially, I mean, when he pulls out Tetsaiga and he goes ham with that thing, man, it looks incredible. It really does, because the small sword turned into the big sword, and then his brother Shishomaru was absolutely beast, dude. And I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I'm not gonna say he's S or A tier. He's low B for me.
That's another one that I did not dig too far into. I've seen a few episodes. I cannot speak on it with a ton of confidence. I will say again, I think BA, low A, mid B is super fair. And again, I'm speaking on. I know enough about anime to know who he is, and I feel very familiar with the character, which again, that does count for a little bit. But I mean, I hear JD just bringing he unpacked the takes in the front yard for this one. They're still sitting out there.
Oh, trust me, I know, man. I didn't think that his hot takes were gonna come against Inuyasha, but
so he's kind of swayed me. I was like, I might,
so where are you hitting him at?
You don't even want to ask. Come at me.
You
guys.
bringing him to F? Is that what you're dropping him in an F?
If I could, I would. But to be fair,
G?
We'll do what?
H? What? Where are we stopping?
We'll do B minus. How about that?
B
We'll put him
minus?
at low B. That's fine. I'll concede, just so the anime community doesn't pull up at my house.
There's gonna be a lot of people that agree with you. However, they're all wrong. Anyway, moving on. All right, so this next one, I'll be keeping the '90s theme, and I'm gonna go ahead and Yu Yu Hakusho, Yusuke Urameshi,
Yusuke, hands ready to eat for everyone. Urameshi.
S class. He's S tier for sure.
100%.
100% S tier. Yusuke Urameshi is probably the boldest MC that there has probably ever been.
That's your show too, right?
This is my show, man. This show.
I said we should get a super vote, so I'm gonna give it to you. I had him A, but
Okay.
again, that's one of those. I'm not hopping on to be Mr. Hot Take guy. That's I'm JD. Like,
So I genuinely have a question though. So how is the super vote gonna work? Because I'm definitely voting for him to be S tier.
no, that's fine. I feel like I'm good with it. Like,
Yeah. Well,
okay.
so then that doesn't necessarily count as a super vote
Right,
yet.
right, yeah.
So right now he's just majority rule S. So we still each all have a super vote. Which, by the way, listeners, we have a super vote, which means we can ride or die with somebody
and force them into S.
and force them
For
into
sure.
S. Yes. Okay.
And honestly, so if we already have an S class like built out and we do that, then I guess we need to determine who's getting booted for the super vote.
Yeah.
So if there are 4 dudes, and let's say 2 of them are super voted in, and
Mm-hmm.
this is all happening in real time for the listeners. Like I have a Sweetwater in my hand talking about this.
we have not talked about this.
Yeah. So then I think that if I say, all right, I'm forcing Inuyasha in right now, then and I'm not, but that means that, so who's
I almost choked on my drink.
Yeah, so
my
who's-
creature
so-
comfort?
so who's leaving? Like that's and then we have to determine that of the list
Yeah,
because
well-
there's 3 of us, 3 super votes or 3 S's
Yeah.
Right.
if we feel the need.
Well, guess what? That makes for a good podcast,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
It does. So all right, so we got Yusuke and S.
Yes,
Yes.
Yusuke and S, which Spirit Gun, man, I love that. It's so original. I love it, man. Just
He
point your finger
literally
and go. Let's
hits
go.
anybody. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he'll fight anybody.
He died and still talk trash.
Okay, so all right, so moving on to let's go back to the newer age. Okay, let's bring it back around, and we're gonna talk about Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen. So
I'm ready to hear we all have this guy. I'm excited to listen to this.
listen, he is a fun MC,
Mhm.
but to be honest with you,
Say it.
if it wasn't for the demon that possesses him, how awesome
mean-
of an MC is he really?
Yeah, he is definitely strong. I mean, to me, and this is a little bit with the Goku thing,
Mm-hmm.
I do like him.
Okay.
It's relatively new, and so as you guys, the listeners, have already like Trevor is definitely biased towards
Newer
like
stuff.
iconic. Well, not as iconic. Like whether
Okay.
you're new or old, like how much like share of the anime market did you hold at a given time, right?
Right.
And Jujutsu Kaisen's really new, and also Itadori's kind of an idiot. I like him a ton, but he's a doofus.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like we talk about characters being unearned, and I'm ready to throw hands with anybody that says Goku. This man did like 8 million push-ups. He earned it.
He earned it,
He
yeah.
did earn it. Whether you like him or not, he earned it. Itadori was just a real one, or like definitely one of the number 1 real ones in all of anime.
I will
He's-
agree with that.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, like if there's an S tier for real ones, I'm happy for that. But as far as MCs go, I mean, I would rather Gojo is more interesting. Megumi is more interesting.
Yeah.
And Nibaru is also cooler.
Oh.
Yes,
like,
I think yes, I do think
and
that
Panda
he is cooler.
is also dope. Like, I'm
Panda.
here for Panda. Like he's not a panda.
Panda
No.
for president.
Panda for
So so where do you have him? Where do y'all have him ranked?
I'm gonna also put him in B, but I don't put him high B.
High B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
What about you?
I don't know. Talking about Yuji, I feel like he's not bad. He's just a meathead.
Yes.
He had that whole episode where they were, tag team fighting the demon. I feel like it took some pretty good coordination. A lot of people think he's not smart, but I feel like he's very tactical.
He started to show his tactics later on in the season.
He did.
That was one of the best fight scenes of that year, by the way.
It was, yes.
With
yes,
the
yes,
clap
yes.
is the move.
Right.
The clap. Oh my, what
Yeah.
a cool power.
It was so cool.
So like, yeah,
He's not a good main character though.
preach.
Very much so. I would put him at either low B or high C.
I feel high C.
Ooh,
Like, I
okay.
have him
All
in
right.
B, but looking at how things are shaking out, like I
Okay.
feel now. What you
like
said
it. I
about
like it.
what you said about Asta, I'm in for with you because I've not went ahead. That's one of the ones I have not read ahead in.
Mm-hmm.
So like as things shift and whatever the anime comes out with in the new season and beyond, he may really quickly climb the list
Up,
because
yeah, which I think is possible for him.
because of the uniqueness of the story, the uniqueness of the power levels, the uniqueness of the animation.
I mean, he eats like 2 more fingers or whatever, and he's
flexing.
I'm about to say, yeah.
He's fully there.
yeah. So like I'm and again that's a C, not out of dislike, but more of a that's a prove it grade for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. All right, so we're gonna settle on a high C. Okay. Delicious drink, by the way. Anyway, moving on. All right, so this next one may divide us. I think.
Can't wait to see where this goes.
Okay, so Naruto. First off, this is going to be an F vote for me. I'm going to send this sucker
Whoa.
way down. So
what is the address of the Sando Mansion, dude? The Santa
Hey,
Castle.
you pulled up, man. You put it in.
Bro,
so there you go.
please.
God.
So okay, you ready for this? I hate Naruto.
Oh,
Haters is very strong.
I know. I hate it.
Are
with
you
a passion.
prepared? Like you're tanking this podcast in the second episode.
I
You
know,
said,
yeah,
you
I
said
lost.
Inuyasha was bad.
I know.
And listen, Inuyasha makes this show look like a. Inuyasha puts it to shame.
What's
But
the
anyway.
issue?
The issue is
Who hurt you?
who hurt me. I
Sasuke?
think that
Was it Sasuke?
Naruto is just like a cheap ripoff of better things. That's all I think.
What
it
is the better thing? Give me your if you could just condense it to one. So again, so all of my S characters are not going to make it, which is fine because I put them all there for legacy reasons, including Naruto. I feel
Ooh.
yeah, but I've not finished it. I know what happens, like I've read it and all that, but like it's fine. I'm very flex with this. I'm not like hard up on anybody, but like that is another dude that really carried a very important generation of anime watchers on his back.
There's even better side characters than the actual
What?
character of Naruto.
Well, that's every.
man.
Like, I mean, that's
Yeah.
probably every MC on this
I mean,
list.
true.
Yeah.
However, his side characters are, I think, S tier.
Sasuke is iconic.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Rock Lee is dope. Like, there's
But yes, I think that Naruto is lame, weak.
Really?
character.
He has such a good backstory, though.
Listen,
you're coming so hot.
and you know what? And I really have no great reasons except for I hate the character.
You
I
like
truly do.
Yuji, who has a demon sealed inside of him, but
No.
hate Naruto, who has a demon sealed inside of
Now,
him.
I do want to say, I
do hate the fox demon, whatever the heck he had. I
Oh
do
my
hate
God.
that
Oh, wow.
transformation.
You said the furries, right?
Yeah, they're coming.
Furries,
They're here.
come for me.
It's
I think I
over.
see
Come
one in
for
the
me.
window, like looking in.
Yes.
So I will say, you
At
said
Royal Geek Pod, hit me up. Let's go.
I will say that I feel like there's something to be said for some characters, their aesthetic, just their vibe, either is for you or not for you. And so if that's how you feel, then 'cause there's a couple characters on here
Yeah.
that I'm like, I dig their vibe. Like whatever they're doing, like I don't care about the writing.
Mm-hmm.
And I could probably put Goku in that a little bit. I don't care about the writing. He's cool as hell.
Yeah.
And
He
he blows
is.
up planets.
He is.
And so his uniform's dope. It's iconic. His hair is iconic. The transformation's iconic. So
Naruto looks stupid. Like he just looks dumb.
he does kind of look stupid.
A little bit.
I had an MS class, but he does look kind of
Yeah.
stupid. Like,
Even after the time jump, he still looks dumb.
That it's
The-
probably worse.
this
Yeah.
Boruto boy,
Oh gosh.
he's bad.
Yeah, I know.
So
I'm saying hard F, but obviously we will meet in the middle somewhere. So
what you got?
F.
What you got?
I was gonna say low B.
The hate.
Yeah.
Man, people are gonna be like, I'm gonna have a fan
Yeah.
club when this is over.
please, you need one. You need one.
I do. So we're saying. So I mean, I guess B then, like a low B.
Gosh, I
Do you want to put him C?
Yes, I do want to put
Now
him
listen,
C.
your super vote. You could always super vote down if you want to put him
Ooh,
F.
Super vote F. No, we'll leave him low B because
Gosh.
yeah, we're just gonna do that. We're gonna leave it low.
So
And,
what show did Naruto better than Naruto?
I mean, there's several on
Just
here.
give me one.
There's
Just give me
several.
one show.
There's like Dragon Ball Z did better than that, man. What are you talking about?
Can't really.
I don't know.
I mean, I voted for Goku to be in the trash category too, but
You didn't even go that far.
You
You,
didn't
said
go
C.
F. You said C.
Yeah, but it was still pretty bad.
All right.
Someone tried to tell
Listen,
me that Naruto could beat up Goku, by the way, and
Yeah,
which is a
no,
different
no, no,
podcast.
no,
But I was
no.
like, bruh,
No way.
bruh.
Okay,
way.
how about Hasi?
I mean, again, I'm flexed with it. Like
No, we'll do low B. We'll keep him low B just because of his legacy, quote unquote.
Okay.
the dude's got one.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
you
does.
can't,
He
like-
does have one.
I
So
feel
much
like-
so where they had a spin-off show, obviously.
Yeah, he and
so.
Goku. Like, I really, I
Mhm.
would say that's he, Goku, and a guy that's gonna come later. That I might actually. I don't think I'll super vote him, but I might.
I don't think you'll need to.
Carried
Mhm.
that because anime like. So in the 80s, it was like a curious thing in Japan that kind of sort of like was niche here. The 90s, if people don't latch on to Naruto and Goku, we are not having this podcast. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like,
That's
it ain't
true.
happening.
Okay, well, that's why he could stay in low B. Okay.
That's disrespectful.
And JD, read the next one. I need time to cool down. You just go ahead and read the next one because I can't.
All right, so the next one's a heavy hitter in my opinion. Ichigo Kurosaki. All right, he's one of those ones that came back in another generation era. You know, way back when in the '90s. He, the spirit boy himself. I would probably rank him high B, low A. I feel like he has a a fun backstory. It's not the best. But the story of the show overall is pretty amazing. Even with like the Gotai 13, just everything, the different Spirit Reapers, you got the Quincy's, everything. I feel like the show and Ichigo as a character is pretty memorable.
I'm just excited to see him again coming up here shortly. With
Thousand Blood War Arc,
yeah,
yeah.
the Thousand Blood War arc. So,
Now come to you on Disney Plus.
but Bleach is always been an interesting show for me because the first two seasons went so hard, man. Like they were so amazing, incredible, and then that third season, like I don't know what the heck happened. Like Ichigo, he still was cool, but just the storylines and I don't know, man. The plot was just it was all filler. Majority of season 3 was filler.
Well,
Like,
you know what the issue is, right?
oh yeah, yes, it has something to do with like a rivalry between like the artist or the writer or something like that.
Not
right?
even that. Bleach is one of the only animes that has season-long fillers. Like majority of the seasons are all fillers. It's crazy. It's like 16 seasons and like 9 of them are all fillers.
That sound you heard was me getting in my truck and leaving. The word filler, like nothing makes me more angry.
I know, man. It's rough, but I'm pretty sure it's also the anime like where there was a feud between I think either it was an artist or a writer, and like the writer deliberately tanked the storyline in order
That's
to.
disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't know. It was something like that. I didn't do research before this, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened with it.
Dang.
That's why it fell off so hardcore towards the end.
Huh.
But yeah, I'm interested to see. You said what would you give it again, JD?
I would say low A.
Low
I think
A?
Ichigo is a pretty good main character.
What about you?
I have him as my 6th in A.
Okay.
So low A,
Okay.
exactly. And I do want to say, though, you can't judge the main character for the filler the writers put behind him.
That's true.
Like, that's not his fault.
That's true. You're
but,
right.
But I would say, like, powerful character, interesting, with, I think, relatively iconic within the community, but not outside of. So
Okay.
I'm going to say definitely a low A, high B.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with low A as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we're good there. All right, so moving on, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Edward Elric.
High. High.
Coming out, yeah, real quick with it. Yes, I do think he is in the A tier. He's not quite S yet, but I do believe he is very high A. Not only is it one of the greatest storylines in anime, like it's fantastic, phenomenal.
Are you crying?
I might be a little bit actually, yeah. It has one of the most tragic scenes
Oh my
of
God.
all time.
You are crying.
Now I am. Now I am because of the visual of the dog. Anyway,
He literally sacrificed
I know.
his arm. His brother sacrificed his
Yeah,
soul.
that's true.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And then just the battles between greed.
Him and the homunculi.
Yeah, the homunculi.
Pretty nuts.
Gosh, man, and it's crazy. It was Lust. It was always a great character.
God.
But yeah, I'm gonna say high A. What do you got, Trevor?
I'm fine with that. I'm
Okay.
fine with that.
Okay.
You too? All right, good.
For sure.
All right. Moving on to another new generation. All right. Deku himself from My Hero Academia. This guy. Okay, so I don't know. I have mixed feelings, but I'm gonna land in A. Okay. Part of me wanted to say B. However, I think his progression to where he is now justifies him to be in the A class.
So I probably have the strongest feelings on this.
Okay.
But I'll let you go first.
No, it's okay because my answer's not gonna be good. Go
That's
for
what I'm
it.
saying. Like I want you to go ahead, and then I'll probably rebut you. Probably.
So, I was initially going to say F. Reason
Man,
being,
disrespectful.
he's one of the most. He's the biggest crybaby on this list.
my brother Tanjiro is on this list.
No, but even then, I feel like
Boy.
Deku beats that.
Nah.
His nickname is literally Crybaby Deku. Like it's crazy.
Sir.
But
There are a lot of tiers.
I will say he's moved up in the list.
I think they're
and
justified though.
There's some things that's gonna happen with the new season coming out that I honestly would move him from F to high B. Like it's crazy.
So yeah, so I'll say like, and Deku is probably the newest character or the new character that I identify with or like I like the most. I think as you get older, like the tiers, there's a earnestness behind. And actually, I think there's a line. It hasn't come out yet. This isn't really a spoiler, but basically the line is he rages and cries for the sake of others. And like that's what everything is from, is his desire to do right by the people that have put their trust in him.
Correct.
And when you talk about progression, I think that his personality has progressed. I think that the writing for him has progressed. I think that what they did that I think is interesting a little bit, and I will say the mangaka for My Hero is the best hand drawer in the business.
For sure.
With obviously Shigaraki. But what they did is they built out his growth around his personality rather than changing his personality wholesale, which I think, so like Vegeta.
I like that.
Like Vegeta changed his personality, really, like over the course of Dragon Ball. Like Deku, and I think is kind of more realistic. We don't change really who we are. We change how we respond to what's around us. And I'm not trying to get philosophical, but I've had 2 drinks since this podcast started. So
He's getting there, right?
Yeah. We're getting there. So I think that, and then I also want to add that people talk about earned versus unearned power. So I love the fact that he had kind of the Mary Sue-ish, like it was given power, it was granted to him. But I love the fact that it was a freaking disaster.
Yes.
Yeah, he could use
For
power.
3 seasons.
Train wreck.
Yeah, and so I love that it required him to really work hard and endeavor, no pun intended, to be stronger. So for me, I personally, in my heart, he's an S. Because I think that what drags him down is the fan base.
Okay.
And you guys probably, some of y'all are listening.
Toxic fan base.
Y'all need to chill. Y'all got to chill. I've seen the art with him and Bakugo. It needs to cease and desist immediately. The fandom is crazy, but I think that I think he's now. I will say the show as a whole, not always the best written. Can be a little one note. Him, the big 3 within that show of him, Todoroki, and Bakugo are really well written. For me, he's an S. I have him A. Out of fairness, just denying my own worldly pleasures in this. So yeah, I have him A.
Okay. Well, I also said low A, or I think I said low A. Low A. And
I have
then you
high
said
A.
F.
I'm
slash
literally gonna
C.
fight for high B.
High B.
I have to, because
Ooh.
I have him high A.
I have
You
a
have and I have low A.
strong
Yeah.
standpoint for.
And he's got You're gonna fight high B.
I mean, we can say low A,
Gee, A's filling up, fellas.
JD,
but I really feel like a high B is like,
JD is a
especially
Mitch.
for this point in
Yeah.
his story right now.
Okay.
We're not counting
We're not
the
there
manga,
yet, yeah.
so I'm basically going just off of anime.
And I'll give you
Listen.
that. Like I said, I'm gonna be. I came into this being like, I'm not gonna do it.
Listen.
I'm gonna be the voice of reason and chill.
All right. So I know the rest of the names on this list, and A already has 5. So that means only one more person can fit into A.
Well,
right
we're-
now.
I guess we're
Without
gonna be
or with
moving
or
some
with or without
things.
Deku.
Deku's going to be in there.
Okay,
Deku's
we're,
in there.
we're saying he's
Yes,
A.
we're saying he's in there. Low A.
Low A.
Yep.
I've
Okay.
got- that's gonna be some people gonna be. Well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who's gonna be S. That's gonna be interesting.
Well, we still got our.
The only reason
we got one S already.
I think we
so-
should fill it up.
We
and
do
then
have
we
one
should look
S.
at. I think we should fill it up based off of what we agree with the majority. Like so, if we both said A, so A.
Correct.
And then,
That's why I went that way.
And then at the
Okay.
end, we can super vote it whichever direction you want to go, to make sure everything's filled up and we're not wasting a vote where like we might all put Goku S or something. You know,
Right,
we can wait and see at the very end.
That's
and-
not gonna happen.
Yeah, and see
Yeah.
like, okay, so I really want Itadori to be an S, so I'm doing it.
Okay. Well,
So anyways,
the next one is a Crunchyroll original, and it's Senku from Dr. Stone. So, for me personally, Dr. Stone was such a fascinating show. When it first started, it really like drew me in based on its concept alone, with like the end of the world, everyone turns to stone,
Agreed.
and Senku stays consciously awake while frozen in stone, trying to think of a way to get out of there, and he's actually awake for the entirety of the time, which I believe it's like 200 years, isn't it? Like it's
something
like
like this for
it's
I have
it's
not.
Yeah.
it's insane. It's 200 years, but then finally he wills himself out of the stone, and then they literally start from scratch. They start from the humanity back from scratch. Like that's a great main character, and the fact that he lives and dies by science, and like it's legit science. You can fact check the science because they break it down for you in the show, and he does that. And anyway, I'm gonna say high B for Senku because I think that main character status for him is just spot on.
I would argue low B. I feel like he still should definitely be in the B category. Only reason there's a lot of downtime in the anime. This new season wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be. And Senku as a main character, all he has is brain, so
Correct.
he's relying on a lot of other people around
Which
him.
is very
to
different from
carry-
most of the characters on this list.
Agreed, to carry him through, pretty much everything. I feel like how we said, there are a lot of other side characters I would choose over them. There are some side characters I would 100% choose over Senku. That's why I would vote for mid to low B.
Okay. All right. Fair.
Yeah, I'm good with that. That's one on my watch list. I know
Mm-hmm.
I know the concept. I know what's happening, but I'm fine with that.
All right. He is going to be in the B tier. All right. So, moving on for another MC. You love him and then you hate him and then you love him while you hate him. I'm going to go Erin Yeager.
Erin Yeager.
Exactly.
Tatake.
Yes, that's right, man. So Aaron is a very unique character. He's literally starts off the protagonist and ends up the antagonist. Like that's where we're at with him right now. Like it's pretty insane to think about that we're all, I don't know, the main character who's about to commit mass genocide. Like that's what we're talking about right now.
He's up
Only thing in my brain right now is no. That's what I'm thinking
yeah.
right now.
Oh,
I can't
gosh.
focus.
With that being said, it's gonna be tough to rate him because I don't know which way I'm going. I'm either going like he's honestly like he could be S, but he could be C. Like
I know. I really.
it's like,
But you got to remember, his story is so good. They literally started off the anime.
Hold on. One guy who did make this list though is Lelouch v. Britannia, who, no spoilers, but him and Aaron have I'll just say a strong resemblance. So I feel like Aaron is kind of, you talk about I love Aaron, and if you pick the day, I might have him S. You also pick the day, I might have him C.
Yeah.
But you talk about Naruto being something else done better. I'm like, Code Geass
It's something better.
Yeah.
did not make it on this list, which is an omission of Sandy on his fault.
we can
Put
throw
on-
him off. Throw him
No,
off.
it's fine.
Honorable
But-
mentions at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
But like I feel like that was done first, and honestly, like I've read the manga for AOT and I've watched the whole anime for Code Geass. I feel like Code Geass was done better.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna put Aaron Yeager in S tier. Is what I'm doing.
Are you using your button?
Ooh,
It's early. I would wait till the end.
I'm gonna wait on the button yet
I'm
for right
going to
now.
tell you now. I'm voting C.
Ooh, okay.
Whoa.
You have Levi, who pretty much carried the show,
And
for a
Erwin,
season.
and Armin.
Exactly. There was a point where Aaron wasn't even important in the story. Like, he was just there.
That's true. You're
And
right.
I feel really bad about it, but I forgot
he-
the girl's name. What's the girl? Mikasa.
Mikasa? Yeah, Mikasa.
Yeah, who also like
There are people coming for you now.
I know. Yeah, it was brief. I got it before y'all told
Yeah,
me.
you did,
The
you
Ackerman
did.
Ackerman clan. Kinner.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm with you.
But see, the thing is, like I said, like I mean, he's an S for me, but I could put him in a C, like
Yeah.
easily.
I didn't
easily
pick
put
you
him-
for an Attack on Titan guy. This is a revelation for me.
I love Attack on Titan, man. I
It's
do.
a really good anime, for
Here's
sure.
here's the thing with me, okay? Like
Very elite.
you give me like great action, but then like underneath that action, you give me like a political like thriller type stuff. Like that's exactly what that is, and I really enjoy that. And the moving chess pieces, like that.
I don't want to dig in, but having said that, what's your favorite Marvel movie, real quick? Just right off the cuff. We'll move on.
Winter Soldier.
Okay, that's what I figured after you said that. All right, mine too. So I have Aaron A, low A. I feel great about B. Given what you said, but I don't want to fill up that tier either. I don't think S, just because of, to JD's point, the amount of carry. There's so much carry.
Yeah.
But definitely like, if we're, again, what are the criteria which we're working off
Like
of?
if we're talking about like season 1 Aaron, like maybe, but if we're talking about like season
Also, to my boy,
3 Aaron,
you can't tell me that Deku was a crybaby and then watch any of Aaron before he became an adult. That boy, good. He was crying
Yeah,
and screaming
that's
and getting
true.
his teeth kicked in consistently.
But
I mean, I'm willing to settle at a lower.
I will say, when he first won, when he finally beat somebody in the fight, I was like almost standing up.
Hype,
I was
yeah.
so
trust-
ready. I was like,
Attack
this
on
man,
Titan is probably one of the only shows that has made me like jump up out of my seat like more than 50 times.
I
Like,
was texting a friend through it, and I was like, the fight started. I remember being like, if he don't win this, I'm not watching anymore.
Right.
Like, it's got to happen now or I'm
Yeah.
out. And then he did it, and I'm like, oh, my God.
But see, the issue was with Attack on Titan, we're not basing it off of the anime. We're basing it off of the main character.
Right, correct.
And again,
yes,
the
you're
anime
right.
itself is phenomenal. There
Okay.
are so many other fight scenes I would prefer. Even Annie versus Mikasa, where they were just
Elite.
going hand to hand.
Well, and also quite possibly is the best, and I'm using quotations, one-shot fight scene, which was Levi versus Kenny.
oh yeah,
Holy crap, the
Yeah.
choreography.
Oh,
I
jeez.
say B, and you say
I said C.
C.
C, and you
know,
said S.
but I also said he could be C. So like, why don't we just right now? B's getting pretty full.
You wanna go
Let's-
C?
Let's just do high C.
Okay.
Okay.
I
High
can
C.
agree with that.
Okay.
Stout,
All right.
stout.
All right. So we're almost through our list here. Let's see. Well, I say we're almost, but like we
There's
still
like
got
10 more guys.
we still got a lot of guys left. Okay. All right. So Fairy Tale, Natsu, Dragneel.
Low C. I hate Fairy Tale with a passion.
Really?
Wow.
I like Fairy
Wow.
Tale, but I'm not in love with Fairy Tale.
I like it. Like, so the other day, I took my son to the batting cages. He plays baseball. And on the way, we were hungry. And my wife was like, dinner's going to be like a couple hours. And I'm like, well, I'm hungry now. So we had a McDonald's. Like, we just got real cheap cheeseburgers. And they were good. I don't like McDonald's typically. But it was there on the way home. And that is what Fairy Tale is. We just started it like a week or two ago. I'm a good bit through it. But like it's a McDonald's hamburger. To me, it's like
it's
when
there
I
for you
when I want
when you want it
the
now?
McDonald's hamburger, it tastes good.
Mhm.
If you said right now, if you said, "Hey, I'm watching a rerun of My Hero," you almost any anime we've already discussed, I'm like, "Cool." Hey, I'm watching Fairy Tale. I'm like, "Okay, I'm busy, but I'll watch it later." Like it's
Okay.
fine.
That's fair enough.
It's fine. So I'm fine with a C for Natsu.
Yeah, it's
totally fine.
It's a C. I think.
I have him C.
Yeah.
The only thing that I will say about Fairy Tale, it's like how we compare the other anime. You got Fairy Tale, which is an adventure, but you also have One Piece, which is an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
You have one that's a pirate, which is, a group, and then you have one which is a guild, which is a group.
Right.
Yeah.
You have different pirate crews, you have different fairy guilds, but I feel like it was done better. There are a lot of instances in Fairy Tale where nobody dies. Nobody.
Yeah, you're
Even
right.
the person that you thought was dead isn't dead. So
Correct.
Yeah, and it's also another. I was thinking about One Piece. They both remind me of like JRPGs.
Yeah.
Like in the fact that there's not really, I don't feel like the characters necessarily earned what's in front of them. It just kind of naturally progressed, and they kind of had to a little bit. Like Luffy has to do this. Like Natsu has to do this. I will say, stylist. What about aesthetics?
Yeah.
I will say Natsu. I do enjoy when Natsu's on the screen. Like his voice actor in both sub and dub is fun to listen to. The only thing is that now I've got a fire in my belly.
Yeah.
boy, it's really corny.
If I got to hear that one
Right.
more time, like the first time, I'm like, okay, yeah, because it's a okay.
Right.
After the 17th time, I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah.
Like
he's gonna settle in a C. Like,
Yeah,
that's where he's
100%.
gonna live.
I could agree with that.
feel great about that.
All right. So next up is Meliodas.
Highest body count, like
For sure.
Yeah.
I'd say so. Yeah, he might be up there for sure. Seven Deadly Sins, Meliodas. Interesting character. He's a perv, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of characters in here that I do agree are better than him in Seven Deadly Sins.
Okay.
So I don't know.
garbage tier.
I'm not putting him in garbage tier.
Okay.
I'm gonna say C as well.
The only thing that I will say with this anime in particular, it's different.
It is.
One of the biggest things that a lot of people don't recognize is they have a Romeo and Juliet aspect. Like you have Meliodas, and then you have Elizabeth, who they're like sacred lovers. Like they've been
Correct.
dying and coming back and finding each other. Like it's crazy. I feel like the story behind it is a lot deeper than people
It's kind of
understand.
like me and Sandy.
That's right. Yeah, there you go.
It's I don't know.
But
I feel like he's a good main character. A lot of people don't realize like he left his brother to make his own thing because
Right.
he didn't like what was going on.
But like Bon is better.
I agree. I like Bond better. But
Okay.
that's again like but that's like Killua and Gon though.
That was a
Right.
very passionate speech, and
I
you're
know.
like, but yeah, no, he is better though.
I would say B. I think he definitely deserving of B. He's
Okay.
definitely a good main character.
I feel C, but I'm comfortable with B. Either one. I think B's about full.
No, he would make it full.
Nice.
Yeah.
So-
So no, we'll do that. We'll
Okay,
do that.
we'll
Then
do that.
this is gonna be exciting now for the,
To
the
move him
remainder of the
around,
list.
yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we'll say body count alone.
Gosh.
You gotta give him
Credit
numbers.
for that. The man has 7 hearts. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I know, man.
Doing numbers.
All right. So after Meliodas,
The next character probably.
Speaking of OP.
Yeah.
Okay, so One Punch Man himself. Okay,
Bro.
this is such a unique character. Okay, I don't even know where to begin with this one. So
I love him.
yeah, I love him too because he's very quirky, very goofy.
Ranking him is going to be impossible.
However, when he turns it up the gear, like dude is insane.
the Fly.
I still like that the first episode where he fights the crab lobster dude, whatever.
Oh,
It
yeah.
still gets me every time, man.
Yeah.
Like it's so hysterical.
My favorite scene, I think, out of all, and I'm caught up on the manga too, on that one because it's just too good.
It was very good.
Is
yes.
when he's on the spaceship, and if you haven't seen it, that's on you.
Oh.
This has been out for a while. He's on the spaceship, and the guy's like, he starts talking to him, the alien does, and he's like, if you go right, you can leave, and he's like, I'm gonna go left then. That crap, his face when he does that had me rolling.
Yes.
I was laid up with COVID, and I binged the entire thing.
Yes.
And I about hurt myself laughing at that. Like it's so good.
It was
man.
pretty good. I think the rain scene was probably my favorite. It was
Ooh, yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Literally punches the guy and stops the rain.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts.
All Might did that. I'm just gonna say.
That's true.
I'm just
Who
capping.
did it first though?
All Might. I
Did he?
think that is it's close. They're running around the same time.
Saitama did it first.
I think Saitama was out first.
I don't know. I can't recall. It's close.
it was out first. I know that for a fact.
Pull it up, Mike. Where's Mike?
Where's our production
Yeah.
assistant? Anyway, so where are we gonna land with him? There's only one spot left in A, and then there's C, or we can move somebody out of B, or is he S tier?
I mean, I could go. So, all right. This is my thoughts on Saitama. First off, he's fantastic. I enjoy every minute he's on screen. Another character where sub and dub are both like I don't feel like there's a drop off.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, again, it's what's your criteria. Like, the other characters do a lot of work in that show.
They
Yeah,
do.
that's
They
Not physically, but to carry the show.
Yeah.
Like in the end of season, I guess season 2, like you don't see this man for like 8 episodes.
Oh, trust me.
That's true.
That's true. You do not see him, and every episode that finished, I was like, wait, where was Saitama? Like, where
Yeah.
was he at?
But one thing I will disagree with that though is versus some of the other characters that we used, he's a good background main character. Like a lot of the things that he's stopped, they don't even recognize.
That is a very good wrinkle. I'll give you that. That's a great wrinkle
That's
because
true.
like
Good
stuff's
point.
happening and it's like who did this? Like him fighting at the very end of season
One.
2.
Oh.
Is it 1 or 2? When is 1 because season 2 is kind of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stop talking because I might be getting the manga mixed up too.
Yeah,
That was
big
all.
Jose.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. But that was a very long weekend with COVID, and I don't know if I slept. It was intense. I watched everything, and then I went from there and read everything.
That's all. That sounds like a great weekend.
Yeah, it was a very
minus
fun weekend.
dying. Anyway, where are we putting
I
him?
would say we can fill up that last A spot.
Okay.
He's really the only joke
think so.
character we have on here.
I think so too. To be honest with you.
I'm fine with that. You couldn't. I don't know that I'd put up an argument for anywhere. I might fight S tier just because of how if you take away the other characters, it becomes a really mid anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great, but because of the nature of his power set, it's hard to make that interesting without the other guys struggling around him.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, he's going to take the last A spot, so that means we have plenty of S spots left, and we also have C and garbage spots.
And I'm looking at this, and some of these dudes ain't S, so I'm
Yeah.
curious to see where this goes.
Yes, correct. Okay, so this next one's it's an interesting one because it's an isekai, which you don't really associate with shonen. However, the reincarnated slime I would classify as a shonen.
Okay.
It's one of those where it's like it's both. Okay.
Yeah.
And Rimuru Tempest. And first off, Reincarnated Slime is one of those animes where you're like, hey, watch Reincarnated as a Slime. That time I was reincarnated as a slime.
Right.
And you're like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll get to it. But then once you start, you cannot stop, man.
It's addicting.
It is really good. It is.
I've put that one off, so I'm gonna have to listen to you guys.
Oh,
Really?
man,
Oh,
dude.
Put that one off.
Trust me, I put that one off for a little while, and then I finally got on it, and then I believe I got you on it, right, JD? Or
Maybe.
I think I did, yeah.
It's just because there's other stuff that I need to spend time watching.
There's other stuff that sound better than that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
That's true. But you know what's funny, though?
What's that?
If I had to say it, though, there is another main character anime that's literally the same genre as this that I feel like is a lot better than Rimuru, and that's I'm a Spider, So What? I feel like
I had a feeling you were going to say
I
that.
feel like her story and character
better.
is so much better. Like
JD's
hands down.
unpacking his bag of takes.
No, I mean that's a great take. However, I don't think. Ooh, she's very OP, just like Rimuru. However, like Rimuru, actually, you know what? Now that I'm saying this out loud, she actually does earn her level ups, whereas Rimuru kind of just like
He's just there. He just absorbs it.
Yeah. Ooh.
So where y'all putting Rimuru?
Dang,
I'm not letting you
man.
switch.
Why did you sway me like that? Like
I'm just saying. You
brought up a good show. That's what happened. You brought up a good show. Dang.
Where are you putting Rimuru? I'm not letting you out of this. You did this, Sandy. You have to deal with the consequences.
Man.
Is this garbage tier?
No,
Oh, no,
I would
for
never do
sure.
that to Rimuru, man. Gosh.
Oh no, Stanning.
I'm hoping that he gives me a name one day, like, and I
Right, you get
I
powers
upgrade,
and stuff,
and
right?
yeah, that's incredible.
Most OP power.
Gosh, man, can we kick Naruto out of B and put him in C, and then put Rimuru in B?
That's wild. I mean, I'm here for it, but that's wild.
We can talk about it. We can talk about it.
Oh.
That's wild.
We're gonna do it.
That's
we're gonna do
fine.
it. Okay.
I almost feel like this podcast may not be valid with
They're
Naruto.
gonna-
we better.
We're gonna get canceled, guys.
Yeah.
Well, first off, we need to get this podcast going in extra speed, or else no one's gonna actually listen to this.
That's
so.
true.
Okay, so we're gonna do Rimuru in B because Naruto sucks. Anyway,
Oh God.
every time I say that, it makes you guys cringe.
Trevor never said
Yes.
that.
Okay. All right. So next is Mob from Mob Psycho, which this one I'm happy.
so new.
I'm
He's-
happy to put this in a C for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, he's very flat.
Yeah.
Like, he's
yeah,
dope, but
What did I say? Literally, like
His powers are good, but he's
Yeah.
bland.
Yeah,
Okay.
that matters.
Which I am excited though to see the new season that's about to come out. Like,
For sure.
Yeah.
I
Like
think it's gonna be good.
that could also change and raise his level.
Maybe he'll get a personality.
Maybe.
That's his next level up is getting a
Speaking of
personality.
personalities, the next one, Aladdin from
Golden Buzzer.
Oh,
It's got
this
my-
is it? This
it's
is
got my
yours?
vote. 100%.
Wow.
Like Golden
Oh,
Buzzer. Like literally.
dang. Okay, so,
So he's in. Aladdin is S.
Aladdin
That's
is
it.
S tier
There's no
because
more
of his
debate.
super vote. Wow. I mean, trust me, he's a great MC. I think him and Sinbad's dynamic in Magi is fantastic, and I don't know, just there's a lot to dive into Aladdin, but you automatically buzzed him into
Is
S
your
tier.
wrist okay from hammering that button so
It is.
fast?
What I will say though, one thing about this anime is it's really heartfelt. There are a lot of.
I agree.
It teaches you a lot more of personal life lessons than anything. Even with Alibaba trying to go back to his home country and freeing his friend from, his depression, living in the slums and all of that. It's really a heartfelt story, and Aladdin plays a big part of that in releasing people from, their sadness, depression, and
It's
I
true,
feel like
man.
it's very,
Very deep.
very deep.
That's just
Trust me, you got to watch it, man.
that's
It's
stout.
fant-
That's
it's-
just I'm just out of left field.
yeah.
Unpack that.
Pretty good.
It's phenomenal. All right, so next up is Fire Force's own Shinra.
So I had him. I had him B.
B's full.
I know, and so I'm open for C for a lot of reasons. The openings for that show were fantastic, though.
I think.
If openings went into a main character,
Oh,
Yeah.
man, gosh,
They're-
Inferno is such a good.
It's
Inferno
so-
is such a good song, man.
it's elite.
I don't know. I feel like we have to kick somebody from B. Shinra literally showed us some of the best moments that we could.
Also,
seen.
yeah, and also too with Shinra, like you talk about backstory.
Oh,
Amazing.
gosh, tragic, but
I
yet
would
epic
like
at
to
the same
say
time.
like, do we drop Senku?
No, I think we drop Inuyasha.
I 100% agree.
Whoa.
He was so
Didn't
because
see you go in that
because
direction.
JD was so low on him, that pulls that average down a little bit.
Did not
so,
see you allowing that on.
I'm
your
allowing
own-
it. I'm
in your
allowing
own
in my own
house.
home.
In your own house. Wow. With
But,
with your drinks in our hands.
Yeah,
what is-
exactly right. Yeah.
Like, man,
Okay. So, all right. So now we get to the fun ones. Okay.
this is gonna be very intense.
Oh,
All right. So this one is like GOAT status for me. Okay.
Okay.
And it's gonna be Ash Ketchum from Pokemon, and I am gonna go ahead and say he's S tier.
I have him S tier. I would like to say so even more than Goku. Like first off, so Ash, again, earned. Like the man was a straight loser in the opening of the anime. Like that dude was corny, and he did have jokes though.
Yes.
He would
Yes.
roast some dudes on a dime, but he lost and lost and
And
lost
lost
and
and
lost
lost.
and
Yes.
lost, and now
When he finally won,
the
it felt so good.
He's
It
a
did.
savage, man. He's a cheater.
Mm-hmm.
Two,
Oh,
he literally
Whoa.
destroyed Misty's bike. It was like, you know what? Tough loss for you.
Yeah.
which is why I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
Like I remember, there's a circle on Instagram where it's showing all of Ash's like best roasts in the anime, and one of them is like she's like, if you want to see real beauty, look over here, and Brock is tripping, and he's like, Misty, only one of us can be delusional at a time, and I was like, God dang. So
he's definitely a savage.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have Ash in S tier, S for savage. Like with again, like you take away Ash, definitely more than Goku. Like there's no it dies.
He's one of those animes that you didn't know was an anime, so
Correct,
it was
yeah.
very popular with the kids. I
Still,
feel like
my
that,
kids are still watching it
for
right now.
sure.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big thing.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just let y'all know who has the new Pokemon games pre-ordered in large part thanks to Ash. It's your boy right here.
definitely getting it. I've
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, 100. We're gonna
Trust
buy a third Switch just so the whole family can
Nice.
like oh yeah,
There you go.
like which is ridiculous, but that's what we have to do. But that is because of Ash,
Yeah.
and it is not just me. There's Pokemon Go, Pokemon Ultra, freaking Pokemon Cafe. 20. I mean, like I was 6. I'm 34 when I first I was born in '88, and Ash was there.
Yeah.
And I'm 34, watching this man about to fight Leon,
Right, and the
and I'm like, he's just.
Masters 8.
And quite honestly, there's been some scuttlebutt, if you will, that this might be the end. They might give it over to Go, and I'm gonna be upset.
I mean, I like Go still.
I like Go.
I like Go.
It would make sense, but I'm not ready. Like that would probably be the death
Listen,
knell of my childhood.
yeah.
I watched Harry Potter come and go. Like I don't want to see Ash leave.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I have left.
Ash he's incredible. He's been there for all of us.
I 100% agree.
So we are S.
He's S. Yes.
A universal S.
So-
Who thought?
How about that? All right. So next,
Somebody's getting kicked, by the way, because I don't know. We have enough super votes for 2 of us.
That's
true. Correct.
Yeah.
Which I have an idea who I want to use it on later. But anyway, okay. So Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh. Here we go.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh, but I think
He's great
Yugi is
value
a
Ash.
C. I think he's a C, man.
See,
Kaiba is literally
Oh, I
the
love
caretaker
Kaiba.
of that anime.
I love
honestly.
Kaiba, man.
I mean, I'm fine with putting him C. There's definitely arguments. I
C's
think-
full, but fellas. C's
God.
full.
D.
Whoa, there's a D.
Do you drop a Shinra, a Senku, a Rimuru, Asta, Gon?
Into a D? No,
Eh,
or do we drop?
We still got a trash category. though.
Actually, you know what?
I-
Let's.
honestly-
I got an idea.
I would drop
Let's
Mob.
let's
to
drop
D.
let's drop Nar. I mean, what?
All right, Sandy's about to get booted off his own podcast.
No. Okay. I was thinking we dropped Natsu down to D.
Yeah,
I don't think we have a D though, right? Because we
Not
still
yet.
have the trash category,
Oh.
and then we have another super vote, which will put us at the cap. So
That's true.
I say
Oh yeah. So we need. Let's put Natsu in trash.
I agree. I hate Fairy Tail.
Okay. Let's put.
that hurts me because I don't think he's a trash character. But due to the constraints of this is my.
I think
I
based
still
on
fight for
his, I got a
Inuyasha.
fire in my belly. I think that's
That is
the-
corny. I will say,
yeah.
like again, like when I see him as a character fighting and like silent, when I don't hear it,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
he looks cool. Pink hair's dope. Tat on the
Alright.
shoulder's dope. But yeah,
So we put Yugi in C. is what we
sorry,
did,
Natsu.
Right.
For nostalgia.
Also, for the
Nostalgia.
record, Natsu made a cameo in My Hero. Anybody know when and where?
Did he really?
No.
Yes, he
when?
did. So there's when Endeavor fights the Nomu at the end of season 4, when him and Hawks fight the high end Nomu. There's a kid in the audience who goes, "Can't you see? what Endeavor is doing, trying to save us or whatever. They drew him pink hair to look just like Natsu and used Natsu's dub actor.
Really?
Yes,
I didn't realize
because
that.
the creator of My Hero, I think, likes Fairy Tail.
Okay.
Easter eggs are everything.
Yeah, dude, I have a lot of those. I tripped Justin out last time.
Yeah, you did.
With one for Shigaraki, but
Nice.
yeah.
All right. So finally, the last one on the list, the one that
Before you
when
say
I-
anything, this man can't be S. I love him. He's not S.
No, he's not S. I agree. So we'll determine. Anyway, Tanjiro. Where is Tanjiro gonna go?
Tanjiro.
This man cries so much.
He
that
does
They had
cry.
to do a movie to animate his tears.
He does cry a lot. However,
Earned tears.
what he is able to accomplish and why he's crying in the first place is justified.
So I
think.
love
Like,
the show. I love Tanjiro. I want to come out first with the negative and just say, in the realm of people doing things they shouldn't, this man will have somehow he'll have 7 punctured lungs. His
Yes,
heart
yes.
is laying down the street. He ain't got no legs.
Yeah.
And his head is in Nezuko's box, and he's like, "I'm just gonna push through." I'm like, "All right."
Push
So
past your
when you
limits.
talk about like fire in my belly, that's kind of close. Even
Really?
though, and I do think anime community, or when we're doing this with Chainsaw Man right now, we did this with Demon Slayer when it first hit. When there's an anime that actually leans into gory type things or
Right.
like horror type elements, we kind of overrate it. And there's I
I
have
feel like that's what we're doing here. With
well, I just feel like as a
Demon Slayer.
I think a hair overall.
Mm.
I think it's great. I can't really fault the show at all or Tanjiro, but I do think, and I think we're gonna do that with Chainsaw Man because again, like when you pull out the gore
What's left?
with Chainsaw Man or with Demon Slayer,
Okay.
like at least with Demon Slayer there is like the brother sister, like it's good. But if somebody says S,
Here's
I'm
the
prepared to leave this room,
Here's the thing.
and I love it.
Demon Slayer as a series has given us at least 2 fight scenes that were literally fight scenes of the year. Like
Yeah, no, for sure,
and it was involving Tanjiro.
fantastic
Main character.
show. And beautiful animation. The water off the sword is
Oh
dope.
my gosh. The final fight scene of the newest season, I think, was the most beautiful animation in the last 5 years. Like, it was incredible. With that being said, where are we going to place him in this list?
So what I do want to say though, you guys said that he was a big crybaby. I would cry too if my whole family was
correct.
freaking destroyed by demons. I'm
But
just
would
saying.
would you cry if your arms fell off? If somebody said, "Hey, you can be a superhero, but your arms break every time you use it," like you'd be crying. Like that's all I'm saying. Like the tears for him are earned.
But remember this, that's personal though. He chose that. Freaking Tanjiro didn't choose his family.
I do
to
feel
get
like
destroyed.
I do want to have a podcast over how All Might Slick is the worst teacher.
Mentor?
Yeah,
You know what? That would be good. Have the worst mentors.
Yeah, 'cause
Worst
he-
mentors. That's
like he's
actually a
dope.
Great
Like,
idea.
He's dope. I love
Tune
All
in
Might.
next week.
Yeah, but he is a garbage mentor.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that statement.
Great guy.
But the bottom line is, where's Tanjiro going?
I had him the lowest B,
Okay.
but who are we dropping?
Mm.
Because like I think I've seen more Demon Slayer than Fire Force. I like Shinra more on every level. Again, because for me, like aesthetics play a large part in how much I appreciate a main character.
Yeah.
Like if I like watching how you and Tanjiro's up there for that, but Shinra the fire feet and the animation of that just it's so good.
I
And
know,
the way the uniforms like light up in the dark, like it's
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
I still want to drop Senku, but y'all are steadfast on Dr. Stone right now.
Where are you trying to drop him to?
C, which means we need to drop someone else, which again I would feel comfortable purely out of personality purposes dropping Mob because as a main character,
He's not
Yeah,
very
you're right.
developed. I
His
agree.
personality's not there.
yeah.
very
it's- so I would like to put if it's me, I'm putting Tanjiro B, I'm putting Senku high C, and honestly you flip flop him and Tanjiro and I'm fine. And then I'm dropping Mob to D, hanging out with Meliodas just because again like his personality. Mob is just like it almost turned me off the show with how just like he is. He's dope. His power is cool, and I think again, one who's the author of those, he loves the subversion with the way he writes and wants to make things different and unique, and it is that. But we're talking about main characters, not shows.
Right. Okay, so that would mean that. Oh, geez, man. That means. So we're gonna have a D and 1 trash, like 2 Ds, 1 trash, 6 Cs, which we're putting. Are we officially putting Tanjiro in C or B? Or no, Senku didn't. Senku to C, and then
Are you good with
Tanjiro
that,
in
JD?
B, right?
You feel good about that?
So far?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's fine then. Wait. Is Meliodas in B or D?
I thought he was in B.
Yeah, I thought he was in B too.
Meliodas is. I thought we were in B.
Oh yeah. Meliodas is in B.
I had him originally in D.
Because remember,
But I
we
wrote
said
B
there
down.
is,
Oh, you
there
wrote
is no
D.
D
Yeah.
because once we put that person
Oh,
in trash,
that's
it'll
right.
make up.
Well,
Yeah.
no, we do. We have Natsu in trash, and when Mob is, we're talking about downgrading Mob to a new category
gosh.
and not in trash.
Yeah,
How-
but remember, we still have a whole nother S that hasn't been used yet. So
Well,
once
So
that
we'd have to-
goes, we can move
There's-
somebody
Oh.
to C or you
There's
know what I'm saying?
Well, two of us have votes, so this actually kind of works out.
Oof, what
Yeah.
are we gonna do, guys?
So it's time. It's time to go super
Okay.
vote for Sandy and Trevor.
Okay.
You wanna go
Well,
first?
You can go first.
Okay, so our current S's. I want you to go
Well,
first.
Aladdin is the
Super vote.
super
can't
vote
move.
already. You
We
can't
have
move him.
Aladdin, Yusuke, and Ash.
Mhm.
Oh God,
This is gonna, boys. Either. Oh
it's
God.
gonna tear us apart.
This the podcast just ends.
You
Yeah,
know what?
that's it.
I feel
All right,
like if
next time.
something happens, I already know where a super vote is going.
I want you to go first because I'm gonna make mine in fairness to the best list. I really will.
I already know. I have a feeling I already know who your S is.
I don't think that you do. I'm torn between like 3.
Really?
Yeah, and it really depends on who's left, and I want to make sure that we have the most justifiable and valid list. Because, like, again, my heart is Deku all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's as far as new characters go.
Yeah.
I could go Deku, I could go Goku again from what I said at the start of the show, or I could go Ash. I'm gonna lay my cards out. I think Ash should be up there for all the reasons mentioned. If it's me, I'm saying whoever you super vote.
Mm-hmm.
If Ash stays, I would love to see either Goku or Deku, and I would let y'all decide between the two and S, and then I would drop Yusuke. Just to like a
See, that's what I'm worried about.
A
So that's
plus.
what makes me want to like lock in Yusuke with my super vote. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh man,
But like,
there's gamesmanship afoot.
I know, because I'm worried.
Political
no,
intrigue.
No, I don't think. I no. JD will not.
Well, he's
drop-
super voted already.
I know, but he would not allow.
Yusuke.
There's no way.
Yusuke is the best MC
Yeah.
on this list.
He is. That's why I
Hands
didn't
down.
think we needed to use a super vote on him. But now I feel like if he's on the verge of getting kicked out,
If I would have known, he would have been the super vote.
Yeah.
If I had to.
yeah.
So we would drop Ash in this case.
Yes,
Yeah.
Which would be-
is
which would be
hard.
wild.
Yeah. I
Because he's not my favorite character, but he's the most
He would have to be
valid.
high A though, if that's the case. Like,
listen.
that's who we would
I'm.
drop
I gotta lock in Yusuke, and I gotta keep my super vote.
No,
there
do
'cause-
your super vote for somebody else.
Okay.
Let's just see. Maybe we just change it and have 5.
Oh gosh. Maybe we'll just change it.
I mean, like it's our list. No one can
that's
stop
true.
us.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and do Aaron Yeager.
Whoa.
I'm
Okay.
locking.
Pretty good.
I'm locking him in.
Locking him
Locking
in.
him in.
Oh
Erin
man.
Yeager.
Aaron Yeager.
So that puts us at. Let's see. That's Aladdin,
Aladdin.
Yusuke,
Yep.
Ash, Aaron.
Yes, correct.
And then we would boot Ash.
if you want to put somebody else there, or you can lock in Ash, and then we call it a night.
I mean, I
But
feel like it's selfish.
Trust your instincts.
Yeah, like I feel like it's selfish. I'm not gonna put. I don't. Deku is an S tier character to me,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not my list, so
Right.
I'm not gonna do that. That's not. how
Oh,
I'm gonna
it's
play.
it's a collective of the
It is, but,
anime
like,
edition.
Yeah, but
World
it's
Geek
not my
podcast.
list, man. And
Yeah.
and the listeners are hearing just how gracious I am. Like, lock in your fan votes now, everybody.
Yeah.
For the kindness and the benevolence of Trevor. I'm gonna. Dang, man. I'm gonna let Ash ride. I can't allow Ash to get booted.
Okay.
Like I played. I was like one of the first dudes to have Pokemon Red. Like I had the Game Boy with the light on.
Yellow version.
Bruh, and I had red, then I went yellow. I thought it would be funny. Like I was like 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a different game. It was not the same game.
Yep.
And then I'm like, oh, I can do stuff with Pikachu. No, he's there.
I was red as well.
Yeah.
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 Anybody that did blue, I feel like you're untrustworthy in a fight. Like if the world's on the line.
You're not wrong, man.
If it's like
You're
a
not
Walking
wrong.
Dead situation, and I'm like, we're talking at a campfire, I'm like, yeah, we should probably pair up, man, and like survival in numbers. And he's like, yeah, dude. And we start talking. It's like, man, Pokemon Blue. I'm like, ooh,
Right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I
about
think I need
that.
to.
Yeah, about
I need
that.
to split.
All right, so we have a final list here.
List 'em out, baby.
I'm gonna go ahead and list it out.
In this thing,
In our trash tier, we have Natsu. In our C tier,
feels very fair, but also
Yeah.
not fair.
in our true. In our C tier, we have Yugi, Itadori, Inuyasha, Senku, Mob, and Naruto, who is dipping his toe in the trash tier. All right, and then
The psychiatrist.
in the B tier, we have Meliodas, Senku, Rimuru, Tempest, Shinra, Gon, and Asta.
I feel like that's the best tier. As far as like, I feel like that's the fairest.
I think you're right. It is the fairest, and I do think that all of the ones in there have the potential to go up.
Yeah.
With future anime. Yeah. Okay. In the A tier, I feel like this is like nostalgia tier right here. For majority of it, we have Edward Elric, Goku, Luffy, Ichigo, Deku, and Saitama, that's also a pretty good tier
Strong.
class right there.
Real strong.
And then we have our S tier, the creme de la creme. We have Ash Ketchum, Erin Yeager, Aladdin, and Yusuke Urameshi.
I feel real good about saying that most people are going to say, why the hell is Aladdin on there? And also, why the hell is Aaron on there?
I agree.
I feel real good about Yusuke and Ash being on there for the validity of the list.
Yeah.
I feel like that those other two. Not that there's anything wrong with it, as Seinfeld once said. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I don't think so. The people that watch Magi, and a lot of people don't watch Magi, but the Magi fans, I feel like
Yeah,
they
man.
would
The
understand.
73 people that streamed Magi last week are tuning in with rapt attention. No, I mean, again, like I'm going to watch it.
Give it a go.
I will say I'm going to watch it because of this.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm going to watch it
Oh,
because of
please.
this podcast. I will be watching it.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we'll expect a full report.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Due back on our desk.
Yeah, for
next
sure,
time.
yeah.
Okay. Any final thoughts on tier list or anything? This is an extremely long podcast, but
sorry.
the only way to justifiably place these characters on a tier list is to take the time to duke it out for final placement.
Yeah, the only thing I have to say is that and I'm not even a fan, your disrespect of Naruto is unwarranted.
Oh gosh,
It's
hate
disrespectful.
Naruto, man.
It's churlish. it's foolery. It's chicanery. It's Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
There's so many levels of just vile
Hatred.
Well,
just
trust me,
vile-
the hate is deep in my my blood.
He's
Wow.
he's not. It's not his fault.
I cannot stand him.
The third Hokage screwed him over.
I think so, but
Man,
all right. So anyway,
you're gonna take your shirt off to reveal a Sasuke tattoo at the end of this
curse.
podcast.
The curse mark.
Listen. Sasuke is goat tier. So anyway, all right, moving on. So with all that being said, yes, I do hate Naruto. Come at me at Royal Geek Pod. I want to go ahead and thank all of our listeners out there. We appreciate you tuning in, downloading.
Sticking with this long.
Sticking with this, the anime edition. We had a lot of good reception from the fans of our first episode. I'm glad we got the full team together here. JD, glad to have you here, man.
Appreciate it.
Trevor, we appreciate what you bring to the table, man. So with all that being said, for Trevor, JD, and myself, Sandy, I would like to go ahead and sign off, and we will see you next time, you peasants.